think I got serious about drawing when I was about 10 or 12. My little brother used to play with Transformers, and I used to love the packaging, and we used to copy the Transformers and draw big versions of the packet ones. I was always drawing, so I always wanted to do it, but I never thought I could take it seriously. At the end of year 12 or around year 11, year 12, I remember all the kids at school were talking about what they wanted to do and when they left school, and I was like, I have no idea what I want to do. And I remember reading up about, in careers, reading up about graphic design, and I thought graphic design, that's sort of kind of what I want to do. But I had this weird idea that graphic design was designing butter labels and really boring things, which is a part of graphic design, but there's so much more to it. So I ended up falling into graphic design when I left school to have something practical to do. But I was always drawing on the side. Big influences growing up was Star Wars. I think Star Wars for me was the first movie I remember watching. So Star Wars had a lot to do with what started my geekdom and getting into comics and pop culture and things like that. Frank Miller was the first kind of name I saw on comics where I felt like I saw that name and I just thought I want to buy more stuff drawn by that guy and written by that guy. Well, written because I remember buying, I was into Daredevil, and I read the 2 runs that Frank Miller did at the time. And Born Again was like, just blew my mind. And then I think that was just before Dark Knight Returns. And that was just insane. And then a few other series that he did a lot around 86, I think, that really impressed me. He did the Elektra Assassin series. He did the Elektra Lives Again and a few other Marvel and DC. Oh, and Ronin, he did that Ronin series. That stuff was just mind-blowing at the time. I'd never seen anything. It really affected me. The first thing I did seriously for myself was I created my own creator-owned comic called Diabla, which was about, oh God, in 2000 or 2001. And I just thought at that stage, I thought I got nothing to lose. I'm just gonna try it, see what happens. So what I did was I created a character. I didn't really know what I was doing, like most people when they're young and they're not sure about comics. I just started, I kind of drew it, I kind of wrote it as I went. I didn't really know where it was going, but it was great for me because I wanted to have like a package, like a comic book, like with a front cover and inside and some story that made some kind of sense. I ended up doing 3 issues. Doing that comic work was really good because that taught me a lot about making comics and how much energy it takes to make a comic and how much work it is and dedication. Like, it's really intense. It's not like doing one-off pieces, which is what every artist wants to do. And even now I'm like, I like doing one-off pieces, and your energy is like, you focus on one project, you get it done. It might only take, 2 days or a week, but a comic will take a long time. So that's what that taught me doing that. I got an agent in New York to represent me for my illustration work. And that was because they saw the Diablo comic and they saw the work and they liked the quality of it, and they offered me work. And yeah, that was a big turning point for me. That was really, really good. I did a Wolverine piece just for myself, for fun. And it was inspired by the old Japanese woodblock prints from the 16th century. And that's what Marvel saw on my blog. That's how long ago it was on a blog. And they saw it, and that's why they offered me the job to do that Avengers set. I was looking at a lot of Japanese art. Like, it's really old art, but there's something, it's got so much energy. And I can see a lot of relationship between comic art, like modern comic art, and even these old Japanese prints. And they're just beautiful. Like, they're really wild and wacky. And they're fun. And I just love the idea of, like, a lot of people do it now. A lot of people use those things as an influence in their comics or just general art making. I'm working on a vampire series of my own creation called Vampan. It's very slow going because I'm doing it between jobs, because obviously you don't make money on it till you start selling them. But that's been a lot of fun, and I've been working on my teaching, which is a lot of fun, which I love doing, and a graphic novel which I've been working on and off. Based on Greek mythology, on the Cyclops, which all my friends know it's been taking me for ages because I've been talking about it and working on it. It's about 100 pages. I'm on the 2nd draft. And again, for me it's a slow burn, but I want to get that done. And that's something I'm excited about, but I'm trying to find the time for. Other than that, still do a lot of commercial poster work. I'm involved with Comic Gong, the show here in Wollongong, which is really cool. I've been doing the posters since the beginning. Actually, that's a job I'm really proud of too, doing the Comic Gong posters. Besides the fact that I'm a local and I grew up here, I love doing those posters. They're a lot of fun. I'm personally attracted by really bold things. I guess that's why I got into comics in the first place. I always loved superhero comics, and I guess it's that brightness and boldness that always attracted me. But I guess I want to be able to create things like that and create those bold, kind of bright, brassy things. And I want to tell cool stories in pictures. You know, I love it when you can create a story, even when you haven't even put the dialogue in yet, and people can look at it. You can show it to someone, and they can tell what's going on, or they can get the emotion from it. The fact that you can read something, and I feel like I could draw it, and then you're sad and you're crying where I want you to cry and be sad, it's a great feeling to be able to, you know, manipulate feelings like that.